Joining me now, Assistant Minister to the Prime Minister, Patrick Gorman, and former Liberal MP, Jason Falinski. Thank you both for your time. So, just focusing on one element of this, Patrick, when you've got a flight for Annika Wells' husband to go to the AFL Grand Final and back on the one day, so a few hours in Melbourne, that's not really a family reunion, isn't it? That's just going to the footy.
Oh, look, Tom, as has been explained on this program by the Minister herself, this travel was within the rules that were set by Malcolm Turnbull and his government back in 2017. It's consistent with those guidelines. That's what you would expect from any minister in our government, and that's what's occurred here.
But it's not a genuine, let's spend a lot of time with the family. Guidelines are one thing. You've said that, fine. But clearly when you're doing that for one day to fly in and out on the one day and go to the grand final, which is a big event, a lot going, a lot of distraction, it's not family time, is it?
Oh, look, I'm not going to sit here, and I don't sit here and criticise people for spending time with their families and for doing their jobs and their ministerial responsibilities. That's what's occurred here, consistent with the guidelines.
Are the guidelines still fit for purpose?
I think they're starting to stand the test of time. As I said, they were brought in by the Turnbull government back in 2017. They continued under the Morrison government. We've adopted the same rules when we came to office. I think that is the right thing to do. And again, this travel was within those guidelines.
Jason, your thoughts?
Tom, look, the fact of the matter is that there are no rules that basically go to character. There's no law in the land that basically says you have to behave with good character. And I'm not saying that Annika hasn't in this particular instance, but politicians, regardless of where they are in the political spectrum, have to treat other people's money like it's their own. And that's one of the issues with, of course, large government. It's the principal agent problem. I think here that a lot of Australians would be looking at this sort of askance as you are, and Patrick's right, she hasn't broken any rules whatsoever, but there's no rule that can basically say, you know, treat other people's money like it's your own. I'm more concerned with the outcomes of some of the policies that she has been part of, the under-16 social media ban, the failure, the outages on networks because of the mismanaged shutdown by ACMA over the 3G network in 2024. These are things that I think will have a much greater impact on Australians. And, you know, Australians have a ballot box, and if they want to exercise their views on this, they will at the election.
Energy rebate is gone. Patrick, is this Labor now beginning to rein in spending?
Oh, well, these were always temporary measures, and we listened to the views on people who wanted us to extend them and those who wanted us to cut them off much earlier. And we took the view that we needed one more round, which we delivered this calendar year. And we're always looking at the best way to deliver cost of living support. Two measures that I think will make a lot of difference to your viewers is, one, the cheaper medicines that come in on the 1st of January. Now you can go down to Beaufort Street Chemist in my electorate. They're open till 2 a.m. in the morning, so you can be one of the first people in Western Australia to get a cheaper medicine through the PBS on the 1st of January at 12:01 a.m. And the other one is the tax cuts that come in the middle of next year. We've made room in our budget for those tax cuts. Remembering it wasn't that long ago, this year we were debating whether or not those tax cuts should go ahead. The current leader of the Liberal Party opposed those tax cuts. The future leader of One Nation opposed those tax cuts. But we thought it was the right thing to do, and they kick in next year. That's what we've made room for in our budget, and we're proud of that.
There's a pivot there. We asked the question on spending, and we got to a plug for the local pharmacy, so get along and support them, possibly, maybe.
He's remorseless. He's remorseless.
Sometimes, like, it's you know, I don't know, I guess it's impressive. Jason.
No, it is. It's
the coalition.
Yes.
The coalition has this 23.7 very specific limit on taxation of GDP. That's just a number they sort of set from many years ago. It seems slightly unscientific, but my question is this. They never had a cap on spending. Is now the time to actually have one on spending, and then they can say, here's our cap on spending, Labor's way over that? Because when they just say, oh, Labor should spend less, but the last coalition budget was pretty high spending, you've got a bit of a problem where it's a bit hard to compare them.
Yeah. Well,
Post-COVID, yeah, but the last budget in 2022 was well past COVID, and it was a pretty high spending
it wasn't
budget.
well
There weren't
past.
big savings.
Oh my God. Gee, talk about rewriting
2019
history.
back in black, and it never happened.
Yeah, it's called COVID. I mean, the two of you talk about rewriting history. This is a memory hole. Number one, 2022, we were still having shutdowns at the end of 21. And I remember, I still have PTSD over that Christmas New Year period as the PCR labs couldn't get results out fast enough for people to go to Queensland. So, yeah, look, I agree with you, Tom. I don't think we have a tax problem in Australia. We have a massive spending problem. And regardless of what you say about tax rates, your real tax rate is spending, because you're either paying for it now or you're going to pay for it tomorrow with interest on top. So, yes, in short, I agree with you.
Spending is actually more relevant.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that more relevant? No one thinks, oh, my government will tax me too much. It's spending.
Correct.
All right.
I'm glad I finally taught you something about tax policy. I feel like my role is done here now.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
I'm the one asking the questions anyway. We might have to do the 2022 budget.
Hey, Patrick, how many times have I come on here and said the question's not about tax, it's about spending? And now Tom's asking me about spending.
Well, it was a specific question, though, but the Coalition has long had a tax to GDP obsession. I'm saying have a spending to GDP.
It should have a spending to
packaging
GDP.
It up.
You're right, Tom. I agree with you agreeing with me.
Great. Yeah, okay. No worries. I was going to ask you the next question. I don't know if you deserve it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Coalition on housing. Your mate Andrew Bragg, so that means you'll agree with whatever I say here. Last election, I was pretty surprised the Coalition specifically mentioned greenfield sites were what they wanted to do. And when pinpointing exactly where, I think the first answer I got from the Minister was something that's 85k from the city. Was that a mistake? Andrew Bragg says, sure, greenfield's fine, but we need to really do development and density as well. Was the Coalition sort of out of step last time, just going sort of urban sprawl on steroids?
No, I don't think so. I mean, look, I don't think that this is a solution that you will find in Canberra. You won't find it in Macquarie Street or St George Terrace. You won't find it in the planning departments. The best housing market in the world, quite frankly, is Texas. It has more affordable housing. It has cheaper housing. It has more range of housing. It has cities with lower carbon footprints because housing is located closer to areas of work, et cetera, and they don't have zoning laws. They have land use laws, but not zoning laws. So there will be some people who want to live in high rises. There will be some people who want to live on the edge of the city. But, you know, what we have in Australia is literally the worst of all systems.
So nothing at all. So go as dense as you want. If a developer can buy in the most, in Vaucluse and get a big enough plot and whack up 20 levels, go for it?
Well, that's going to get me in trouble if I give you the answer I want to give. But yes, that's the experience.
We'll give it.
No.
You just said
what you think, Jason.
You just said taxes. Even former Liberal MP Jason Valinsky won't tell us what he thinks.
Oh,
really?
okay.
Come on.
Oh, all right. Look, yes is the answer. In short, it is unlikely that would be what happens. But what is more likely to happen is, in places like Sydney, you would find on the outskirts of Sydney, you would find new types of development where you would have integrated work, different forms of housing, mostly high density and low density mixed into each other. That has been the experience of Texas.
No, you don't get... Okay. Pat, very quickly... Okay. Everything I read about the 5% deposit scheme, because I love, like any Australian, looking at the real estate section of a newspaper, whatever it might be, is it has set alight certain segments of the market. Prices are up. Is this an okay outcome?
Well, I think anything we can do to help first home buyers is good. This is
pay more for.
We've got advice from Treasury about what impact this would have.
We'd said
very
small
houses. Impact. I'm pleased to hear that some in the Liberal Party are finally supporting the initiatives to build more houses that we have brought forward. It's a shame they didn't do that when they were in government. And if I can just very quickly, I mean, I've never opposed a housing development in my electorate.
This
is a big
I
call.
haven't. And
sounds like a fact check on its way.
I would note that is not something that many of Andrew Bragg's colleagues can come and sit here and say. So I think he might start by having some conversations with some of his colleagues. But the policy that he's put out, I mean, let's be serious. He's talking about, Andrew Bragg is talking about jamming families of 5 into granny flats. And he's talking about building houses in the middle of nowhere. Like, his policies, he said
a family of 5 in a granny
he wants to
flat.
jam families into granny flats.
Where did he say that?
No, I don't
Well,
see.
that's his
I
own
didn't
solution.
see
He says
that.
he's going to build houses anywhere. He doesn't care where we build them.
Yeah.
And he says the other solution is granny flats. I mean,
Well,
I've
that
got
could
nothing
be a
against
solution.
getting more
Well, it
granny
sounds
flats
like you've got something
where
against them.
that makes sense. But I don't think it's a serious solution. This is the same guy who put forward the rating your superannuation to buy your first home.
Here we go. But you want to raid superannuation
I mean,
for social housing. Oh, yeah, okay.
We want superannuation to be for retirement. We've always been clear about that.
it sounds
We'll
like
leave it
you don't care who raids it as long as you get to
think-
choose who's doing the raiding. Yeah, sorry.
Jason, Patrick, I've been told people are sick of you. I'm not, but this is just what I get told. We'll see if you come.
The people never get it wrong.
They never get it right. Jason, Pat, thank you. If you just tuned